Let me ask you something that might surprise you. Did you know that when people in their 70s and 80s are asked about their biggest regrets, most of them don't talk about money, jobs, or even missed adventures? Instead, they talk about the relationships they didn't nurture, the words they never said, and the dreams they put off because they were afraid or too busy. Would they urge you to work harder? Or would they tell you to spend more time with your loved ones, to take care of your health, or to chase that dream you keep putting off? Sometimes, the most important lessons in life are the ones we don't fully understand until we've lived long enough to look back with clarity. Imagine for a moment, if you could sit down with your future self at age 70 or 80, what do you think they'd tell you about the choices you're making today? As people move through life, each year adds another layer of understanding, like pages in a book that tell the story of who they are becoming. There is a special kind of wisdom that only comes with age, the kind that can't be learned from textbooks or even from listening to others, but is gained from living through joys, hardships, mistakes, and triumphs. The purpose of sharing this wisdom is not to claim all the answers, but to offer the privilege of looking back and seeing which choices truly mattered. Whether someone is young and just starting out, or older and reflecting on their own journey, these lessons may help them make choices they'll be proud of in the future. Reflecting on the past isn't about feeling regret or sadness. It's about learning so that everyone can live better, fuller lives from this moment on. Life is filled with decisions, some big, like choosing a career or a life partner, and some small, like how one spends their evenings or what they eat for breakfast. The tricky part is that, in the moment, it's hard to know which decisions will matter most in the long run. When people are young, they often chase after things that seem urgent, working extra hours to get ahead, worrying about what others think, or putting off their health because they believe there will always be time to fix it later. But as the years go by, patterns begin to emerge. How little choices add up, and how some things once thought important just fade away. Many individuals, when they reach their 70s or 80s, look back and realize they spent too much time worrying about things that never happened, or missed out on precious moments with family and friends because they were too busy or distracted. The real challenge is that people often don't realize what truly matters until it's almost out of reach. That's why it's so important to listen to the voices of experience, and to pause every now and then to ask, are they living in a way that their future selves will thank them for? It's worth digging deeper into some of the most important lessons and challenges that become clear only with the passage of time. The trap of busyness and overworking. Many once believed that being busy was a badge of honor. Days were filled with work, with the idea that productivity was the key to a meaningful life. But looking back, it becomes clear that being constantly busy often meant running on autopilot, missing out on the simple joys of life. Family gatherings were missed, vacations skipped, and important milestones sometimes forgotten. The problem with overworking is that it rarely leads to the satisfaction expected. The work will always be there, but the moments with children, friends, or a spouse are fleeting. Many wish they had learned sooner that it's okay to say no to extra work and yes to making memories, neglecting health until it's too late. Another lesson is about health. When young, people often take their bodies for granted. They might think, I'll start exercising next year, or one more dessert won't hurt. But the truth is, small unhealthy choices add up over decades. Some have seen friends lose mobility, struggle with chronic illnesses, or face preventable health crises because their body's needs were ignored for too long. If given the chance to do it over, many would make movement, good nutrition, and regular checkups a non-negotiable part of their routine. The body is a lifelong companion. It deserves respect. The pain of unspoken words and unresolved conflicts. One of the deepest regrets many have heard from others and felt themselves is letting pride or fear stop them from reaching out to people they care about. Perhaps there was a falling out with a sibling, or a friend was never told how much they meant. Families can be torn apart by stubbornness, only to realize too late that the argument wasn't worth losing a relationship over. If there is a chance to say, "I'm sorry," "I forgive you," or "I love you," people are encouraged not to wait. Those words can heal wounds and bring peace, even after years of silence. The cost of living for others' approval. It's easy to spend years trying to meet others' expectations. Choosing a career to please parents, staying silent to avoid conflict, or hiding parts of oneself out of fear of judgment. Too much time can be spent worrying about appearances and not enough discovering what truly brings happiness. The lesson here is that authenticity brings freedom. When people live in alignment with their values and desires, they attract the right people and opportunities. It's never too late to start living for oneself. Missing out on adventure and growth. Many regret not taking more risks. Whether it was traveling to new places, learning a new skill, or starting a passion project. Fear of failure or embarrassment can hold people back. But in hindsight, the things most regretted are the chances not taken, not the mistakes made. Life is meant to be lived fully, not just safely. Every new experience, even the scary ones, adds richness to a person's story. Underestimating the power of gratitude and mindfulness. For a long time, the focus might have been on what was lacking or not going right. It can take years to realize that happiness isn't about getting more, but about appreciating what is already there. Practicing gratitude and being present in the moment can transform even an ordinary day into something special. Looking back, many would spend less time worrying about the future and more time savoring the present. After decades of living, making mistakes, and learning, several profound realizations often reshape one's entire outlook on life. Time is the most precious resource. The biggest lesson is that time is truly finite. People can always make more money, but they can never get back lost years. The days spent with children, parents, and friends, those are the moments most cherished. If someone is always waiting for the right time to travel, reconnect, or pursue a dream, they might find that the opportunity has passed before they're ready. The key is to act now, to prioritize what really matters, and to realize that every day is a gift. Regret hurts more than failure. Many used to be afraid of failing, making mistakes, or looking foolish. But now they see that the pain of regret is far worse than the sting of failure. The things not tried, the words not said, the adventures put off, those are the things that linger in the heart. Failure is just a stepping stone to growth, but regret can last a lifetime. If someone is hesitating to take a chance, they should remember, they'll rarely regret what they tried, but will almost always regret what they didn't. Relationships are the true measure of a life well lived. At the end of the day, it's not career, possessions, or achievements that define a life. It's the relationships built and the love shared. The laughter, the support, the forgiveness, the simple joys of being with those who matter. Most people realize too late that these are the true treasures. If one invests in anything, let it be relationships. Self-compassion and forgiveness are essential. It's easy to be hard on oneself, to replay mistakes, and wish things had been done differently. But self-compassion is just as important as compassion for others. People should forgive themselves for what they didn't know, the times they fell short, and the roads not taken. Growth comes from kindness, not criticism. There's always time to start again. No matter how old someone is, it's never too late to change, to apologize, to pursue a dream, or to make a new friend. There are stories of people in their 70s starting to paint, travel the world, or reconnect with estranged family. Life doesn't end at 60, 70, or even 80. Every day is a new chance to live with purpose and joy. The gift of letting go. Finally, letting go of grudges, of perfectionism, of the need to control everything, brings a peace that nothing else can. When people accept life as it is, and others as they are, they free themselves to experience true contentment. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means making space for new growth and happiness. If there is one thing to take away from these reflections, it is this. Life isn't about avoiding mistakes or regrets. It's about learning from them and using those lessons to live more intentionally. The past can be a wise teacher for those willing to listen. Whether someone is just starting out or already reflecting on decades gone by, it's never too late to make changes that will bring peace and fulfillment. Focus on health, nurture relationships, be true to oneself, and don't let fear or worry steal joy. The most important thing is to live in a way that, when looking back, one feels proud of the choices made and the person they became. Now, the invitation is open to everyone, whether young or old, to reflect on one lesson learned from their own life so far. Is there something they wish they'd done differently, or a piece of advice they would give to their younger self? They are encouraged to share their thoughts in the comments below. And for those interested in exploring more about personal growth, aging well, and finding purpose at any stage of life, they are invited to check out the next video, which delves even deeper into these topics. Let's keep this conversation going and help each other live our best lives, no matter our age.